Happy Tuesday, guys. Today's home workout, we're starting off the 1,000-meter row. Now, if you don't have a rower, we can go for a run, we can go for some double unders, or if you really like, you can go for some burpees as well. So with the run, I would say about an 800-meter run would be good. Double unders, 250 to about 300 reps would be perfect. And burpees, no more than 50 reps. That's your buy-in. Then you're going into 5 rounds of 25 pull-ups and 7 push jerks here. The pull-ups here, bent over rows or towel pull-ups, perfect option for this. Then your push jerks, you can go 7 on one side, then 7 on the opposite side. So you can use your dumbbell or that single object that you have at home. You can safely get overhead. We can go 7 per side if you don't quite have a barbell. The goal of this workout is to work on your aerobic endurance and a little bit of muscle endurance alongside it. You want to be able to do about 10 to 15 reps of the pull-ups, and ideally do the push jerks unbroken here. And it shouldn't be too taxing in terms of going to muscle fatigue. You want to be able to break your sets up smart so that you can kind of keep that movement of aerobic, and then you get in that aerobic endurance out of this workout. So 25 minutes is kind of a good range to aim for this workout. 5 minutes for kind of the first piece, and then 20 minutes for the 5 rounds there. After this workout, we're gonna go for that core work again. 20 seconds hollow, 20 seconds arch, and a 20-second L-sit hold. 3 sets of that. Really look for your positions, try to feel that engagement in your core, and try to increase your progression from last time. Hope you guys enjoyed today's workout and the afterburner. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up video.
Okay guys, for our warm-up today, we are starting off with some alternating Deadbug leg and arm raises. So we're doing this for a minute, and we're gonna do 2 rounds of this. So we're gonna start off on our backs here in that Deadbug. So head and neck relaxed, arms are gonna be up in the air, and then I'm gonna bring my feet up. I'm gonna try to keep my legs straight if I can, arms straight, and then I'm gonna alternate. As my right leg goes down, my left arm goes overhead. Never go too low where you start to overarch that back. You want that low back pressed into the floor the whole time. So we're again just switching from one side to the other. Notice how I'm doing this slow and controlled. I always find controlling this movement to be more beneficial, especially since we're just warming up that core. We're gonna do that for a minute, take a little break, and then you're gonna go for another minute. After you're done that, you're gonna go for 3 rounds, starting off with some bent over rows. There is a little adjustment in the normal bent over row because we're doing this from the deadlift position. So normally when we do bent over rows, we would have our object and we keep our legs relatively straight, maybe not fully locked out, but we'll keep them relatively straight. From here, we actually want to be in a deadlift position. So my shoulders are going to be just a little bit ahead of the object, my shins are going to be straight in the air, and of course my back is going to be flat. Notice how my head and neck is neutral, so I'm not looking straight, I'm looking in a neutral position, lengthening the top of my head, the crown of my head all the way down to the bottom of my spine. And I'm just going to squeeze those shoulder blades, pull my object in, and then back down. We're going for a set of 10 of those. Of course, I'm keeping my elbows tucked in tight to my body, and I'm trying to engage those upper back muscles at the top by squeezing them together. Once we're done that, we're gonna go for 8 tempo deadlifts. So for our tempo today, we don't actually have a time that we want you counting it out. We just want you guys going slow on the way down. So we're getting to that bottom of that deadlift position, head and neck neutral, push with the heels, open the hip. We're gonna squeeze that butt, rib cage is down, and then on the way down, nice and slow, we're gonna hinge at that hip, pushing it back. When your hands get about to knee position, we're gonna lower the rest of that movement with the legs. So remember, we're not just lifting with the legs, but we're lowering with the legs. You can stand up at a normal speed, go a little quicker. On the way down, we're really slowing it down. Once you're done 8 of those, you're gonna go for 6 hang muscle cleans per arm. So in the hang muscle clean, we're gonna start off by standing with our dumbbell. We're gonna push that hip back just like we did in a deadlift, but this time I am looking straight. My back and chest is a little bit taller. I'm going to think of my butt, driving my elbow up, and then catching my dumbbell on the shoulder. So again, hips go back, push my elbow up, catch it on the shoulder. Notice I'm not catching it in a dip position for now. We're just warming up with the muscle theme. You can do all 6 on one side, or you can alternate if you like. We're doing 3 rounds of that. We'll see you for the workout next.
Where did you position your rope for your burpees? Then from there, you're going to go into your burpees. So 3 to 5 burpees, finding that rhythm of what the speed is going to be. Are you stepping into it? Are you jumping up for it? Play around with it. What works for you? Okay?
For those double unders, we have them. Let's work on those double unders today. If you're at that 30 range, for example, see if you can break them up into sets of 20. Or if you want to try it, seeing if you can do bigger sets today, this is the great day to try and start, or a great workout to start doing that. If you don't have double unders, let's go single skips, or we can go for some running skips here, guys. Also, you can use that previous option from before, which is the double tap hop. So you're gonna keep the feet together, you're gonna jump up, double tap your sides for 60 reps total.
Start off with a bent over row. So in that bent over row, feet are hip width apart, knees are perpendicular. Don't round your back, so flat back. If you're feeling tight, maybe you're up a little bit more, that's fine. If possible, drop down. From here, guys, you're gonna row that bar, in my case, as close as you can to the body. So if I had a single object, I'm still thinking about nice and tight with my elbows, not to the body, but the back, to allow me to mimic that tight bar path that I can get with a PC pipe or bar.
So for the push press, remember it's one continuous movement, so you're not re-dipping in the knees. Just make sure you squeeze those glutes, lock out those knees as you extend straight up. So if you're going single object, you can go 10 and 10 per side here. With that dip and drive, remember, as we're coming down, we want to stay nice and vertical. So we don't want to deviate that back ankle at all. We want to keep it nice and straight, almost like as if I were leaning against that wall and I'm just going down with the length of the wall there, so I'm staying nice and straight. So think about that, guys. You're dipping down, staying nice and tall. Weight is going to be a little bit more in that heel as you're coming down. On the way up, guys, driving hard through the legs. As soon as we extend those legs, those knees, we're going to be driving that weight overhead. And again, once we're over here, squeeze the shoulder blades together, make sure they're back and down before you start that next rep. You can go continuously, or you can stop in that front rack position if you need to reset. Remember, you're going to dip and drive up. As I'm bringing it down, it's about an inch off my shoulder, about a centimeter there. I'm going to start dipping down so that I can start my next rep. So controlling the way down, getting ready, dip, going into that next rep. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed that workout, guys. The afterburner for today is 3 sets, 20-second hollow hold, then 20-second arch hold, and then 20 seconds of that L-sit hold. So, for the hollow hold, guys, as I mentioned before, a couple different ways to get into it. You can start straight off the ground and get into it. I like to get into that pike position first. Tighten my core so I feel engagement in my lower abs and my rib cage is pulled down. Legs are tightened together, so I'm pushing them inwards and pointing them out as much as I can. Then I'm going to rock back, keeping that upper back off the ground, legs off the ground, hands can be on my side or just overhead. 20 seconds here, guys. Really try to keep that engagement and shape consistent throughout. After 20 seconds, I'm going to flip over, get into that arch hold. So same kind of concept, reach out as much as you can, keep the legs straight, don't bend in the knees or the elbows, lift the chest up, then the legs up, holding for that 20 seconds. Once you're done, we're getting into that L-sit hold. Now, with the L-sit, if you're comfortable, you guys can go off of an object to kind of lift you up off the ground. I'm going to show you guys kind of a basic scaling variation if you don't have any equipment to use for this, or you're still kind of building up that L-sit position. So we're gonna work from that pike position today. For that L-sit here, legs nice and straight. With the hands, you can play around with how difficult you want to make it. You can be right by your side or right out in front of you. You're going to keep the legs together, lift the legs up, and hold that for the 20 seconds. Again, you're achieving that L-sit position, and again, really working on those lower abs to start building you towards a full L-sit. So you guys can totally use that today as your progression, or if you like, get your hands a little bit closer to your feet to make it a little bit more challenging. Hope you guys enjoy the afterburner. We'll see you tomorrow for the next workout.